Made in Hollywood.
Production designers are the visual artists who create and develop the overall look and atmosphere for all of the locations and sets on a motion picture. Shepherd Frankel attended LaGuardia School of the Arts and earned a master's degree in architecture from UCLA. Mr. Frankel began his career as an assistant art director and has served as the production designer on such films as Step Up and Horrible Bosses.
Hi, I'm Shepherd Frankel, production designer of Ant-Man. You're watching Made in Hollywood, and here's a scene from Ant-Man.
Now, the suit has power. You have to learn how to control it.
You were the production designer on this film. I actually just got to feel what it might have felt like to be Paul Rudd as Ant-Man because I was shrunken down to the size of a sugar cube, basically. Was it like that on set as well? Did you create really large things in order to make Paul look small?
One of the ways that we accomplished the macro photography and the macro environments on Ant-Man was to never build one oversized prop. That was one of the rules we set up early on. And in this day and age, there's cameras that allow us to shoot in much smaller environments successfully and get high quality level detail environments. And all the environments that Ant-Man ran through, such as ant tunnels, such as the particle containment chamber, such as the inside of the vacuum cleaner, such as going through the grates and grills and pipes, were actually full-size real environments that we shot with the macro photography technique.
When did you know that you wanted to be a production designer?
I figured out I wanted to be a production designer after I was invited to make a model at a production company for, $100 a day. And I was like, absolutely. So I started making a model for a commercial. And that turned into another job where I was asked to do research for a film, for a Ridley Scott film. And we got to a point where sets were being designed, sets were being built, and suddenly, within a 3-month period, more architecture that I thought was really interesting was being put together on a huge soundstage. And I thought, whoa, that took 3 months to put all this architecture together. It'd take us like 10 years to do this on a real architectural project. So I knew at that moment, I want to become a great production designer, and production design has the right tempo for my kind of interests and pace that I like to work. And I also love the idea that each film was its own story, and the job of a production designer is to build the world that the film takes place in. I thought, that's amazing, from something like Ant-Man, which starts in a prison, goes to the Tenderloin, to a Victorian home and the various levels and layers of that, and showing the history of Hank Pym, to the high-tech laboratories of the Futures Vault, to the macro photography, which we just talked about, which is the alternate universe that this film takes place in. So this job was an amazing experience and fun every day.
When you're small, you have superhuman strength. You're like a bullet.
What advice do you have for any young, aspiring production designers?
For young, aspiring production designers is, A, just try to get a job in the film industry, meaning send out resumes, try to get PA jobs, do whatever you can to get in the door and go to work every day with a, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? Real can-do attitude usually gets you to the next phase of your career, which is the department you want to be in. And always have your skill sets, whatever they are, because not everyone on a film has to have the same skill sets. Or in an art department specifically, not everyone has to have the same skill sets, but there has to be one way, or 2 ways, or 3 ways that you feel you can contribute to the look of the film, to work with a production designer, an art director, set designers, assistant art directors. And if you can demonstrate that and show somehow that you have the ability to do that, whether it's, I'm a good photographer, I can take great pictures, I can edit pictures, I can help set up tone boards. Whatever you can do, make sure you're ready to jump in, because you never know when your shot is going to come in the context of having a job on a film set.
You need to know how to punch.
You want to show me how to punch? Show me how to punch.
That's how you punch.